This movie was depressing. Oh my goodness. So many of you guys told me to check out this movie, They Clone Tyrone. You're like, oh, it's a good movie. Most of you guys, hey, do a review of this movie. And so eventually I came around and watched the movie. I watched it last night. And I don't know what everyone is talking about, because watching this movie, to me, it was aggressively depressing. At the end of the film, I just felt depressed. That's the only emotion. It was like the stages of grief. That's what I was going through while watching this film, because I don't really see this as a film. It almost to me is a mockery. That's what it felt like. Everything that's going on, like in real life. That's why it didn't seem like a movie. It felt like, no, this is realistic. This is very much what is happening. And that's why it rubbed me the wrong way, because they're trying to make a film out of what is going on in real life and trying to say, hey, this is this is a movie, this is a fantasy. And I don't know what they were trying to say. It just rubbed me the wrong way. It really aggressively rubbed me the wrong way. And it made me felt like a sense of despair almost. Because, the story of the film, the plot and everything, it's the cat's out of the bag, right? With the title of the film, They Clone Tyrone. So there's some cloning going on. But of course, there's more to that. I'm not going to spoil it. But, if you have an IQ above room temperature, you can see what the twist is going to be and what is happening. Some of the twists, I was like, okay, I figured that. But there was another one where they talk about, hey, assimilation is better than annihilation. And that's all I'm going to say. And this, ironically, it goes into my 5-year extinction video for black people. Because this is what I've said, where it's like, yo, you're going to have 5 years. These next 5 years with the upcoming election and everything that happens after that, it's really going to be a turning point for black Americans. That's how I feel. Because either we get good at this political game, we start getting active, or we get left by the wayside. And what is going to happen, as I said in the video, is that you're going to be a minority, as Dr. Claude Anderson said, a super minority. There is no more, hey, we're being, portrayed unfairly on TV. That will be the only way you are portrayed. It will be no more complaint about, hey, that's not our culture. That will be standard, okay? That culture will be standardized and permanently attached with black Americans to the point where you will be seen as less than, more so than we do already. You will be seen as a homeless person. You will be treated in that respect, in that regard, without even being homeless. And there are certain ways to go about that. There are certain ways to be in a enemy territory, right? There are certain ways to be in enemy territory. One of them is, hey, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Now, you can take it a step further and not only do as the Romans do, which is, adopt their culture, their customs, their behavior, their patterns, but also now look like them. Look like the Romans, okay? Now, that takes it a whole nother level, but it gets to the point where it's like, what other options do you have? All right? The education, they're attacking us there. Law enforcement attacking us there. Finances attacking us there. The family structure attacking us there. Our history, okay? Our history, they're attacking us on all fronts. And if you look to the culture that they are projecting onto us, isn't ours. It's not. But they have standardized that. Where when you hear someone talk a certain way, you associate it with them being black. Oh, that's a black person. And it's like, no, that's your propaganda. That's what you propagandize to the world to reflect us because of your sense of inferiority. And at the end of the day, well, if they are that inferior, it is what it is. Now they're going to even attack even harder. That's the reason why they had to do that. That's the reason why they have to, control your mind, control your behavior, make you feel inferior in a country where you should feel extremely superior. We're the only group of people that have done this, what we have done in this country. No other group could have gone through 400 years of slavery and still been here in this country. No other group could have been dehumanized all right, in the U.S. Constitution, had gone to Supreme Court. Like, no other group has gone through that in this country. But yet, in every single turn we take, it's always as if they've tried to make us feel inferior about ourselves. And that's where, part of this movie highlights on, I'm not going to get into it, but it's a certain brainwashing. It's a certain conditioning that takes place. Everything from the music to what you dress, to the idols, to how you're expected to behave, to what is good behavior, bad behavior, what's frowned upon. Everything, even how we, self-stigmatize ourselves, our women, our men, our children's behavior. This goes back in the, post-traumatic slave syndrome by Dr. DeGroy and everything. There's so much, it's so nuanced, so complex that it's really hard to wrap your head around it and where we are as a people. And this movie just really brought all those bad emotions out. And, the reason why it's poor emotion, because it highlights what I said about the 5 years, where it's like, hey, either you have a person, a Moses scenario, or you have a cataclysmic event, which forces people to unify and organize. Now, in this movie, I would say it's more of the latter, where it's such an egregious event of what's transpiring that you really have no choice but to we got to team up. We got to make this happen, because if you want to continue on living this way, this is going to impact everyone. This is going to impact everyone that looks like you and me, all right? So we can either, unite and fight, or we can, hang separately. So I wonder if anyone who, wrote the film, both of the authors, I wonder if they, happen to have seen that video, because it's very similar to what is going to be needed to change, the community, the group. That is the point, the group. And I don't know, man. It just rubbed me the wrong way, because it was basically saying, hey, this can happen. All this can happen. We know what's happening to you. Y'all know what's happening to you. So, hey, choice is yours. It's up to y'all. That's it. The ball's in your court, and that's what it felt like. But I don't know. I just did not like certain aspects of the film. I think it's a great film. It was just a little too close to home. I think that's what it is. It was just a little too close to home, where it's like, this is what I've been saying. This is, right? But, if you live if you live in a country that despises you, that thinks less of you, that has a cohorted attack on you, then you're the outcast. You're the one that's going to be gaslit. And I think that's what they've done to Black Americans. And I think that's what they've done to Black Americans. I think that's what they've done to us as a group, is gaslight us. 100%. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not you believe Lucas was a great movie. I don't know what you're talking about. It was a great movie. Jamie Foxx was awesome. Everyone was great. Or if you believe, I'm not doubting it was a great movie. It was depressing to see. It was especially, the end of it and what the ultimate solution was. It was, I don't know, man. Just left a bad taste in my mouth. It was just, it's really sad. Like, really, really sad. For me. Maybe you guys think differently, but we'll find out. Nevertheless, if you happen to disagree, you're more than welcome to call in during Disagreement Days, which are typically held Friday through Sunday. There'll be a number on screen. You call in, we duke it out. Either or. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, guys, be amazing. They cloned Tyrone. So there's some cloning going on.